Morning, folks. This morning I bought some new tomato seeds and thought I'd share with you what I've purchased. Now, my family thinks that I have a problem. There's this website out there, tomatogrowers.com, that has about 200 different varieties of tomatoes, and I may have been known to take the catalog to bed with me and read at night on occasion, but I don't have a problem. Now, it's perfectly natural, perfectly normal behavior. Anyway, I went on the website today because I needed to get another packet of Stepice for the fall garden. It's become one of my favorite wintertime tomatoes. I tried it out a couple of years ago. I actually think 2 years in a row now that I've had it with some success. While I was there, they had a sale, or rather a promotion. You get a free packet of these Cherokee chocolate seeds for every $15 purchase. I thought, well, of course I have to order $15 worth to get that seed. Now, I didn't really necessarily need the seed, but I mean, honestly, who can pass up a deal like that? So I decided, well, I'm going to try out some new varieties of cold tolerance and give another try to a couple of them that I tried I think a year and a half ago, and see if I have any more success with them. So let me show you what I've got. I ordered 2 of the large slicing tomatoes that were actually developed by Oregon State University professor named Dr. James Baggett, who's done some really good work on the short day cold tolerant tomato. Legend, which is sort of an industry standard both in high tolerant growing and in greenhouse growing. And I tried Silets, which I tried both of those before. I had a minor problem with labeling, so I'm not quite sure how they turned out because I'm not quite sure which ones they were. So I'm going to do a better job of that this year. Last year I tried I tried a theory last year to see if the smaller tomatoes, the grape, not the grape, but the cherry tomatoes and some of the plum tomatoes, if those might actually ripen faster in the high tunnel because of the smaller size. And I think the experiment proved that they would. So last year I tried several varieties. I'm going to try a couple of different ones this year. Of course, I've got Stepice, which is my favorite from Czechoslovakia. It does a wonderful job in the wintertime. I'm adding to it this year Polar Star and Glacier. One of the reasons I picked Glacier, it has potato leaves, which if you've ever grown potatoes, you ever grown tomatoes, those leaves look nothing alike unless you have a tomato with potato leaves. Now, this one does. What's the benefit of that? The larger the leaf area, the more sunlight, the more photosynthesis, especially in the wintertime, that's a big deal. So these larger leaves, we'll see how well they help. Now, this is a determinate variety. All of the ones I'm growing, except for the Cherokee, obviously, are determinate. I take it back. Stepice is an indeterminate. Polar Star, I'm trying that one. Last year I tried Polar Baby, and it was a disaster. For whatever reason, Polar Baby attracted aphids and whiteflies more than any other plant that I had. I'm hoping that Polar Baby will be, I'm sorry, I had Polar Baby last year, Polar Star this year. I'm hoping Polar Star is different than Polar Baby. Polar Baby obviously was a grape tomato. Polar Star is more of a plum tomato. So we're going to give these a try, and then of course the Cherokee chocolate, I'll plant a couple of those just to see. I am going to try a couple of these with the Kratky method hydroponics and see how those turn out. Just a few, probably put those maybe on the porch in the house. We'll see about those. But anyway, I just want to let you know these varieties that I've grown. I know this is the world's most boring video for those of you who don't like tomatoes, but for those of you who do, I'm going to update you on how these cold tolerants are doing, so we'll know if we can grow them in the wintertime down here in Mississippi. Anyway, there's your update. Thanks for watching, and y'all take care.